Hello and welcome back to Avatar Plays Craft. Macaroni and cheese. This is not a sponsored video. So, I don't really care for sheep. I don't really want to do anything with horses at the moment. But eventually we're going to have a bunch of sheep and we're going to have a bunch of colors and it's going to be weird. However, horses on their own, we can do whatever we want with horses when we get leads. And there's no reason to have a bajillion horses. You only really need one when there's only one of you. But cows is cows, and I'm gonna mow it. Where's the fourth cow? I swear there's a fourth cow somewhere. I've got you now. Get over here. You're going in the box. Why? Because then we have 4 cows for the 4 wheat, which will effectively multiply the population in this pen by 1.5. Parrots and the bats. So now there are 6 cows in there. Eventually they will grow up. I guess it's technically, you don't multiply the entire population by 1.5. You multiply the adult population by 1.5. That is my bad. My mistake. There is a correct way of doing things. And I did not. We need stone. Why do we need stone? We need to make more pickaxes of the lame variety. Why not use an iron pickaxe? The answer to that is because iron is on low supply right now and I can't trust myself to do something dumb like that. So, something I always very much like is having a shield because I am protected. It makes me strong. At least I can protect myself from arrows if the situation arisen. Get those in there in case I die and I lose them. I don't have any use for them right now except for dying if I wanted to. And I mean, also changing things of different colors. Haha. But were it a matter of, hey, let's what am I doing? Lost my brain. Oh, it's already, the sun goes down every moment. Were it a matter of enchanting things, they would be of use. But for now, I'm just trying to get along as far as I can into this game in terms of progression, in terms of acquiring resources, the ability to modify and be strong with them, that sort of thing. Also, we've got more. We should have enough ladder to reach the bottom. I mean, we did reach lapis lazuli down here. What did I say? Lapis lazuli? Is that how you say that? My brain is literally trying to betray me right now. Did I say lapis lazuli? And am I supposed to say lapis lazuli? We can't mine this because we don't have an iron pickaxe because I just betrayed myself. We've skipped the iron phase of the game and went straight for the gold, and we don't have an iron pickaxe, even though we could make one. We should make one so we can get to maybe the diamond phase. I'm not going to use a golden pickaxe to mine stuff. Also, when I said skip the iron phase, I mean we also got iron out of it. So, very good, very good. Also, do we have torches? We have torches. Very good. I needed the torches. Why did I need the torches? To light things up. Duh. I've said that like 30 times this playthrough. Who needs to say it? Why do you need to say it? Alright, there we are. Deliberately ignoring the gold. I believe this is proper. Very good, very good. There's a lot of gold down here. Like, more gold than I'm used to seeing, like, in such a place. Also, we've hit the bottom. Very nice. Coal at the very bottom, too far. I'm going to fill this stuff up because I'm going to put water down here. The water is going to This cave is going to make weird sounds, but this with the water I put down here is going to cushion the fall whenever we want to get down here really quickly. This will be the place where we just basically go diamond hunting, and that's just a whole lot of saying things. I have to basically talk nonstop, thinking about whatever is necessary to get me through, you know, the menial task of tunneling through dirt. I'd like to count so I could do it better if there was a system that was good, but I'm not sure that's the case. So give me a bunch of this, even though I don't like using the cobblestone this way. Alright. I was like, oh, I was afraid I lost that torch forever. Even though it's like, oh, it's just a torch. But it's my torch. And I lost it. So, we're going to have to mine a bunch of that gold. What are we going to use the gold for? We could make a clock. Do we want to make a clock? I mean, you could put it on the wall, but, like, would you look at it? No, you just look out the window. You could see what time of night it is, and it's like, yeah, but it's like, if it's night, then it's like, okay, it's night. If it's almost day and you want it to be daytime and you look at it and it's night, but it says that it's almost daytime, that's great. That'd be great if I knew how to read a clock. Speaking of which, respawn point set. That's very nice. I feel like that's kind of debug info. I'm not sure why they started including it in more recent patches. I'm not sure which patch they put it in, if it was the most recent or not. It's not really my problem to pay attention to. Now we're going to do something I really like to do, which is turn blocks, or turn these stacks into stacks. Wait, stacks into blocks, blocks into stacks into stacks, blocks into... Just begin talking about old Germanic countries. That's all we need. That's all is needed for now. We could make this more complicated later, but there's a hole and we fall down it. Now, what we were going to do is we were going to take this iron, because isn't it iron pick? I swear the joke is supposed to land on someone's ears, but that someone ain't me, I'm afraid. We should check out the farm. It might... Yeah, there's a reason to check out the farm. Give me the seeds so I can replant. I do believe this should be enough. I haven't been doing the math. Well, this is about 9 across. Yeah, there's enough. There's enough for one left. Yeah. Yep. One seed left. Pew. We still have fences out. Put the fences in here. Put that there because we don't have an explicit reason. Should make more torches. So let's do this. How about we maybe transition to a food that isn't sweet berries? We could probably also feed the cows again, improve their population. You know, the 1.5 times adult population thing. That'd be wonderful. Even though there are still only 4 adults, it's fine. We could also spend this on trying to increase the or upgrade the calves into double calves, you know, adults. So now there are 8 potential, which will lead to a good situation, I believe. I picked up the... Get back in there. Let's get back in there. Alright, there we go. Put these in here. You don't need them right now. We could turn them into bread, but they're for the cows. Why do we want to kill the cows? It's just leather, dude. Leather is the most important part. We could go around it. Motherfucker. I missed. Alright. Well, that's settled. And by settled, I mean we're gonna continue our campaign against the humans. Sometimes you just say things and they don't make sense. But that's okay. That is A-OK. Sometimes a family is just a horse and a sheep. Also, spruces are ready. Most of them, at a minimum. So, we're going to cut them down again. Yay! Could cut out the boring parts. But that would require editing, and going into Lightworks is kind of frustrating, especially when you only do want to do something like that. Maybe I see it as frustrating because I feel like I should be able to edit at the whim, just out of thought, like just cut something out and move it. And for some reason, editing software on at least most free editing software has a thing that I suffer from, a frustration, I suppose. It might be logical, Lightworks. It might be logical and it might be great, because I do appreciate it. It's fine. Lightworks is fine. It's a fine editor. But if it's such a fine editor, why is it so janky? Because it is really janky. Also, whenever I have to edit something, I have to like just cut one thing out or change the sound volume in one point at all. I have to it has to render the whole video afterwards and be like, yep. It doesn't have to be two videos and one video smashed in between or whatever. It has to be the whole 30 minutes, and that my computer ain't built for, rendering an entire video in 5 minutes of that. Like a 30-minute video in 5 minutes? No way. No way, Jose. That just is not how it is done. It's very much a different situation, yes. The situation being, it takes like an hour to render 30 minutes, or at least 30 minutes to render 30 minutes. I'd be lucky. Okay, maybe it doesn't take an hour to render 30 minutes, but it still takes a minute to render a minute. So it's like I have to watch the entire video again while watching it, at a minimum. And so, editing, I'm not a fan, especially when I'm just trying to make small edits. I'm trying to make content that is, comprehensive in terms of, value. Okay, maybe those big words don't exactly mean what I wanted them to mean. I wanted them to mean, hey, I want coherent content. I'm failing at that, but I want coherent content that is, evaluable. As like, hey, every moment to moment is worth it. And more than just, a game, but also a commentary. And so, trying to kill dead air. And if there's any point that I have to edit out of that, then I mean, like, I'm not being efficient in that, It's an attempt at, it's like asking, why does the stand-up comic have to do their stand-up live, when they could just play a video? Because, it's more impressive, or at least it's more personal to see the person doing it themselves to you and interacting with you. It's live, it's raw, it's real, it's physical, it's visceral. I'm not saying it's physical, because that could be like, okay, this isn't a comedy routine anymore. This is more like a something else, if you know what I'm saying. But, here we go. We have a plan. Our plan is to get the gold. Why do we get the gold? Wait. I've almost given a falsehood. Danger, danger, danger. The falsehood that I almost was spreading, the lie I almost spread to everybody I knew and loved, um, was that we only needed to get gold, because in reality we needed to do a lot more than get gold. We needed to put some wowda down here. Why? Why? Other than to go down really quickly. It's just how it's done these days. And by these days, I mean by me. I don't know who else does it like this. But because I don't really pay attention to what other people do. If I did, I'd probably be doing things a lot more efficiently. I'd be thinking things through. Everything would have a checklist and, you know, a preparation stage and so on and so forth. That would be very good if I did that, wouldn't it? So this is me teasing season 2. Yep. Put that in the cooker. I threw away the hoe. I'm not using the hoe. Don't take that out of context. That would be bad for my reputation. And now, is it a matter of that? Or do we go exploring? Do we go handling other things? We do need paper. I see that in the distance, and I realize that our agriculture is in dire need of also providing a situation in which we can harvest a lot of this, I'd say, sugarcane. This, it's not bamboo. They officially added bamboo, and this ain't it, Chief. So we bring this back. Didn't put any lights over here. We should put some lights over here. Decorate. We bring this back, and we're going to take these. We're gonna take the sugar cane. My brain forgetting what one I was talking about, and two what it was called, because it's easy to forget what it's called. Maybe it is for me. Maybe it ain't for you, or anybody. Maybe I am an anomaly. But either way, we need to take this. We need to make a... Oh, ah! Oh, shit. Ah. Something wrong with the timing here. I don't like it, but that's just how it be. This is why we need armor, which is why we need iron. Where do we get more iron? Oh, wait. Hello. That's what I get for staying out without putting about the torches. If I had put about the torches, then I would not be in this here predicament. So, if, you know, that monster had dropped a bow, if that skeleton had given me a weapon of mass destruction, I would be very contented. But I am not contented. I have been shot thrice, and I've accidentally put down more berry bush, which is very not very good. In fact, we're going to run out of these, so we might as well start a little mini farm of these. Where? I don't know, like right here in front of the window that I don't use. They're going to grow, and I'm going to be able to harvest them and make more, so I can have a never-ending supply of berries. Any food in here? There's wheat. I could. We don't. Why? It's been enough time that we can feed the cows again. Feeding the cows so we can get a normal, stupid number of cows. Hey, other cow over there, come over here. Very good. Now, the rest of this can be turned into bread, for which I can feast upon. Eat, as you will. Mesi agaru. Do not refer to oneself in that way, I assume, but we've got more wheat on the way. In fact, you might have all the wheat on the way. Once we have a significant amount of cows, you won't even be eating bread anymore. Bread will be a food reserved for horses at that point. And, I mean, do we care about horses right now? We've got domestic issues. Domestic issues? You mean like violence? I mean, technically that skeleton was causing violence in the domestic vicinity. I would like to call the services, but we're not so desperate at that moment. Um, when I say domestically, what I was saying, I give up. I don't even know what I was saying. If I were to rewind, my brain just blocked out whatever I was talking about because I got onto the domestic violence bit, and maybe I shouldn't be joking about domestic violence. Just a consideration. At this point, just give me. Is that good enough? Should it be this? Is there a way to make something that doesn't look dumb? The answer, no. We require more iron. We should explore. Should we? Should we explore? We will eventually explore, but I don't know if this is the time to explore. I don't know if this is the time to go down. Seek more iron, more valuables. End up with a 7 trillion redstone as a... Hold on. There's one more thing I must do. The water down there is flowing in a direction. I don't want it to do that. So, I just need to bring this down. Very nice. Kablam. Now we have even balance, even flow. Thoughts arrive like butterflies, but he don't know because he chases them away. So, this is our situation. The best level, we're going to F3, warning you. The best level to do mining for diamonds is about, I believe it's about 11 or 12, at least according to some numbers. So, at about this height is where we want to create our base of operations. Sorry you had to see all that. You got the stats if you wanted to, though. So our mining base of operations will be at this level here. How dare you? We'll be at this level here. We're going to spread it out. We're basically going to dig a very long hallway. And that very long hallway, I don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be as long as it needs to be before it turns into something else. Which is it's to say it could turn into a cave system if I get lucky or unlucky enough, depending on your perspective. So, what that means I believe we're not going to have any food. Well, oh yeah, we were supposed to plant the sugar cane. That's embarrassing. Huh. We'll plant that later. Once we do a bit of digging. I'm not counting too much. Just making sure I can put down the torches as needed in a way that is satisfactorily safe from spawning mobs, but also one that is also not too painful on the eyes. Man, I would love to be playing this in Optifine and showing this with shaders even. Like, the game would even record fine, I think. It would be recording as well as it does now, I think. Speaking of which, here's that redstone we were all talking about. We don't really care too much. Why is it good to do this at 11 or 12? Because lava starts below there. Or at least lava pools typically are larger below that point. So, if you want to avoid lava. So, anyways, speaking of which, speaking of all the things I was just saying we were trying to avoid, we sort of got what we wanted paradoxically. So I guess you could say that to some degree I tricked the game into giving me what I wanted, but the bets. So right now we're just going to focus on mining, everything. There's lots of goodies. We're going to plug up that water there. Well, not water. We're going to plug up that lava there with some water. And don't dig down, kids. And then we're going to, mine out this section here up into the lava. And then just to get, all the iron so we can build a full set of iron goods, we're going to put some stuff down upstairs. We're gonna put down that sugar cane, and it's gonna rock, and that'll be at the end of that sugar cane because we're going to be awesome. And that'll be the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.